So we got a bunch of stuff to talk about today, some brand new Transformer crossover products, some brand new listings in relation to Transformers of new stuff we did not know about, as well as an update on what's going on with Haslab and our current Haslab stuff that is still to be shipped out for Transformers. So let's jump into it here on the Transformers Slag podcast. And the first thing we're going to cover is the pre-order going up and the big reveal of an item that we talked about a couple weeks ago when we just had listings of them and a teaser of what it's going to be. The Transformers Collaborative G.I. Joe X Transformers crossover item of Soundwave, the Thunder Machine, and Zartan and Zarana with Ravage. So this we talked about a couple weeks back. We had a segment where we were trying to break down everything and make sense of what's going on. And now we have the product here in front of us. The pre-order is out, when it's going to be shipping out. So we're going to make sense of it like we always do. So the Thunder Machine, the Dreadnok vehicle, very renowned and well known within the G.I. Joe community. If you're a Street Fighter collector, it was later on used as a Street Fighter vehicle. I think it was called the Beast Blaster. Came with Champion Edition, Chun-Li, and Blanca. I owned that as a kid because I was a big Street Fighter guy. So this is a very iconic G.I. Joe vehicle from back in the day. Comes with an O-ring, Zarana, and Zartan, and looks like they got a slightly updated paint scheme from the original figures that they're based on. They're kind of like reissue updates, kind of like what we have with the Transformer Retro Reissue line with Transformers the movie. So it's kind of that same kind of thing going on. The Soundwave looks really good. I'm just hoping that the plastic and the quality is good because, you know, messing with the Megatron, it was what it was. So I'm hoping that this one is a lot better. I mean, it looks good physically, but these are still early images and stuff like that. A big twist that I like about it is, so it includes Ravage, comes with a leash that, you know, Zarana or whoever could have, you know, Ravage on, much like what they did with Baroness with the original Ravage. But the thing is the color scheme of this Ravage is not what you think. It's actually the color scheme of Howlback, which was a E-Hobby Transformers Encore unique cassette character back in the day. So, and I think I know why they did this instead of doing the traditional Ravage colors, because the Ravage mold that's used here is not a brand new mold. It's the transformable Masterpiece Ravage toy from all those years ago. And chances are this thing transforms into the cassette like the Masterpiece does and can be stored in Soundwave's chest, which is all done intentionally. So you're getting a Masterpiece mold here with this set, but more so this targets Masterpiece completists, because a lot of those E-Hobby and Japan Encore exclusive unique cassette characters, at one point, a lot of them got Masterpiece releases. The MP15 and MP16E box set that came out, it had Stripes, it had Night Stalker, Wing Thing, it had Enemy, who we just talked about oddly enough yesterday, and we never got one of Howlback. And so this is a Masterpiece Howlback if you're a completist of the cassettes for your Soundwave and or Sound Blaster from the Masterpiece line. So there's kind of like a Trojan horse here reason to pick this up, even if you don't care about G.I. Joe. So nice little extra there that you're getting a Masterpiece mold of a unique character. And again, people who are confused, who is Howlback? What's the whole story there? Typical case of E-Hobby making new characters, and this one was based off of, because the micro cassettes back in the day before Microman stuff was Transformer stuff, a lot of the Microman cassettes and the micro cassettes had unique color schemes, and on top of having the black Ravage colors, there was also a blue color for that, you know, dog slash cat slash panther slash jaguar, whatever you would want to call it at the time that people were referring to it, in this case a jaguar. It was the micro cassette Robo MC02, I believe, which was the blue one. So it's kind of an homage to that. And then, of course, you add a little red just to break it up and make it a little more interesting. And you got Howlback here today. So pretty hype stuff. So how much is this going to cost you pretty much? It's going to be $99.99, so $100 for this one. You get two O-ring figures, which, you know, on average today with the MSRP with the reissues, you're talking $14.99. So that's like $30 right there for the two O-ring figures. A Masterpiece, literally a Masterpiece figure of the cassettes. I can't really quantify a price outside of Japanese imports that did the 2-packs back in the day, and that wouldn't be a good measure of estimation because Japan overpays for Transformers. But at the end of the day, between the Soundwave on all of this, it kind of makes sense. I think if anything, we're probably saving a little bit of money if you really nickel and dimed it at $100. So that's pretty good. I just hope that the quality of the figure is good, because the Megatron that I got wasn't feeling it too much. This is on pre-order right now, and it ships out next year in January of 2024. So stay tuned for that. Looks pretty hype though. I kind of like it. I'm again, much like a lot of people, I think it's the completionist in me and the masterpiece collector in me that wants that Howlback, and I think that that's a big part of it. So let me know what you guys think. Do you dig it? Do you think it was a good choice? We will see. After that, we have some brand new listings. These popped up courtesy of JT Prime 17. We have a new listing for a Transformers E-Com capsule, which is going to be some kind of micro subline. Could be Amazon exclusive, Walmart exclusive, Target exclusive. E-Com is obviously e-commerce. And chances are, because it's a 2-pack here, it probably is going to be some kind of Amazon exclusive, but don't quote me on it. But that's just my gut feeling vibe with this. And we have a 2-pack here of Javelin and Kaskade. Now, these are 2 IDW exclusive characters, 2 female IDW exclusive characters. One is an Autobot, one is a Decepticon, but the one thing that they have in common is they're both characters that were known as kind of like weapons experts or snipers. And I don't know how they're going to tackle this. Obviously, a lot of these, store exclusive stuff have been repaints or extensive retool repaints. Javelin is an Autobot sniper with a thinner body from Cadmus. Designed by Alex Milne. The alt mode that Alex originally intended for her was an aircraft, but we never really saw it. When they did the IDW reboot in 2019, she had more of like a ground-based kind of vehicular motor vehicle, but like almost like a motorcycle, but with 4 wheels. Kind of reminds me of what was called the Atom, which was a vehicle many years ago. But so she had that. So I'm thinking that, maybe they're going to do something where it's an extensive repaint retool of the Elita mold, or the Minerva mold is an extensive repaint or retool of the Legacy RC. Maybe they could do something with that Prowl that we got with Legacy Evolution. So something like that, but that was one example, and that's an Autobot character. The Decepticon side of it, Kaskade, also a sniper character, also a female. Never seen an alt mode to my knowledge, reading the books. Maybe there was some behind the scenes sketch stuff that I haven't found, but that's more or less all I know in terms of an alt mode choice. So, but we have tons of robot mode photos and stuff like that. And she was in the comics extensively during that 2019 run. So could be, I don't know, same thing. Could see that RC mold being used. Maybe that new Shadow Striker Sideburn mold that we've already been revealed could be, and again, you can't just think of straight up repaint. They could be an extensive partial or retool from some of the things I just mentioned. But we do know we're getting these 2 characters for the very first time, so that's pretty exciting. So if you're fans of, fembots, and there's some brand new ones here that who knows when we'll get them again. I mean, I'm always looking at stuff like Greenlight, and even that of some of the other more exclusive characters. They end up getting limited releases, and as a result, they end up going up in crazy money. So Javelin and Kaskade, probably I would suggest picking them up if you're hesitant, because they probably will go for crazy money later on, because who knows if Hasbro will want to revisit those characters. And then we have another listing here. This is for the Retro Reissue line, the Transformers The Movie G1 Retro Reissue line. And this one doesn't surprise me. It's a Transformers Retro Reissue Skywarp. In wave 1 of our retro reissues with the Transformers the Movie, repaints, we got Starscream, and wave 2 we got Thundercracker. So no surprise that probably wave 3, which already we have Perceptor, is going to have Skywarp. The only question is, is it going to just be like what they did already with Thundercracker, using that 2003 Takara reissue mold of Starscream, which has that Megatron gun and everything, but of course mixing in the Western safety standards of the extended null rays and missiles. So probably is also going to be the same thing like the Starscream and Thundercracker, coming with the Megatron, which is a shame, because the Starscream could have came with a regular colored Megatron. Thundercracker could have came with like a Megaplex colored one with just some little blue accents in some small areas just to break it up and make it different. And then the Skywarp could have came with a black colored Megatron based on his Microman variations, just to mix it up instead of just 3 of the same across 3 waves. But yeah, we're getting Skywarp, so you can complete your Seekers in extremely high painted show accuracy, or in this case, movie accuracy for the Retro Transformers the Movie reissues. So that's pretty hype too. And the last thing we're going to cover is we got an update on the Transformers Haslab Deathsaurus and what's happening with that. Not much really to mention, just a really cool 30-plus minute video of Evan doing a toy review of the EP1 version. EP1s, those are engine pilot, which is, for the best way to easily explain it, it's unlike a test shot. A test shot is usually the final colors of the toy molded in plastic, where an EP1 and an EP2 are usually about 95 to 99% of 100% of what that figure would be in its molded colors. So think about that. It's pretty much like a test shot that's not 100% there yet. So they were messing with the EP1. It looks pretty good. Again, don't 100% get settled with those colors. Things could change in shades and everything like that. What he mentioned that did catch my eye was they were messing with the 2 Micromaster exclusives of Peepo and Boater, which are brand new tooling, but he did say, there actually is a small little secret to that. They're actually heavy partials of Power Punch and Direct Hit from, I believe it was Earthrise that first had them, or maybe it was a late Siege release. But so those 2 were involved with that. He says, it's technically a heavy partial because the connection points of the thighs and the shoulders, as well as the wheels, all come from Power Punch and Direct Hit, but otherwise it's 100% brand new tooling. In my opinion, I wouldn't even call it a partial or a retool at that point. It's more just shared parts, if anything, like sharing weapons. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. Again, those 2 are brand new tools otherwise, so something that really makes it desirable when you want to complete your emergency Micromaster team. Also mentioned that he's getting ready for the next Haslab item to be revealed, and this might be in connection with an email that I got today. Hasbro emailed me inviting me to the San Diego Comic-Con private breakfast product reveal. Unfortunately, I will not be able to be there. Quite a busy past couple of weeks with TFCon and a whole bunch of other conventions. It's all bunched together. Definitely, if I would have known much earlier, I probably would have planned something out, but not enough time to. But again, thank you to the Hasbro marketing team for inviting me to that. But I get a feeling that's probably where it's going to get revealed. I think it's going to get revealed there, and then the SDCC in the big display cases on the ground floor of the dealer room and the display rooms. It'll be down there. So probably expect SDCC weekend, late July. We're going to have our first reveal of our next Haslab Transformer item. So stay tuned for that. And that's it more or less for the news. Again, pretty hype stuff. Let me know what you guys think. A lot of high ticket items, I get a feeling, are going to be happening just from all of this stuff here. So let me know what you think, guys, and we'll talk again really soon here on the Transformers Slag Podcast.